Well, thanks for visiting us this morning at KTALnews.com as well as your Weather Authority app. I'm meteorologist Josh Marsas, and this is your Thursday morning forecast update. Kind of an interesting day shaping up for us. We know there will likely be some storms later, but just depending on the amount of clouds that we see today, and if the rain pops up early enough in the day, we could see our temperatures come in quite a few degrees below what is forecast. So worst case scenario, we do reach the heat advisory criteria today. Should have highs in the upper 90s this afternoon, but again, the big question mark for us is just exactly what are these storms here to the north of us going to do. We know this will send in some cloud cover, and if the clouds are thick enough, it may hold our temperatures down a bit. And also, with some of those dying thunderstorms out there today, we'll see some of those outflow boundaries move into the Arklatex this afternoon. And as we start to warm up, that difference between the warm air and kind of that cool air outflow will kind of serve as a mini cold front and kind of trigger some storms here in the Arklatex today as well. And we should get a pretty good push from the sea breeze, so I think there's a decent chance these high temperatures today may come in a few degrees below what is forecast. Either way, still going to be a hot day. Your highs today right around 100 in Texarkana and 99 degrees in Shreveport. A few areas in the mid-90s today. With that humidity, of course, the heat index will briefly be above 105 this afternoon, so that's the reason we do have the heat advisory. So just kind of urge to curtail your time outside between 1 and 7 p.m. today as well. And make sure your pets, as you leave home today, if they are outside, make sure they have some water, some shade, and maybe just leave them inside with the heat as well. Of course, hot for us, hot for them too. And a look at Futurecast here. It does show the clouds kind of picking up here this morning, and a couple different areas that could send some rain in. One, we have the outflow boundary here, which will likely bring some rain to the northern Arklatex, and we should get a push from the sea breeze further to the south. So I would expect that these two areas of storms will kind of converge on I-20 late this afternoon, so we may be sitting around waiting for the rain in Shreveport for much of the day here, but it does look like a pretty decent chance that we'll see some scattered storms late today. And again, tomorrow you can see all the clouds out there, and we should see some scattered to widespread storms here on your Friday, so temperatures may drop off as much as 5 to 10 degrees in some areas tomorrow, so we have more tolerable weather tomorrow and as we head into the weekend. Rainfall totals here, we'd like to see some higher numbers, but Futurecast is spitting out maybe a quarter to a half inch at most. That's through Saturday morning. I do think if you see a thunderstorm today, get a thunderstorm tomorrow. I could see 1 to 2 inches of rainfall, and we dry out a bit this weekend. Honestly, it's probably the best 7-day forecast I've had in the last few months here. As we'll likely see some additional rain come back next week, so that should cool us into the low to mid 90s for several days towards the middle of next week as well. Still hot, but we've made a lot of progress over the temperatures that we've seen over the last month or so.